This is Hazzie.
And Nordic Monkey.
Today we played a amazing indie game called Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale by the developer Moral Anxiety Studio.
This interactive fiction really just has well fleshed out characters and it pulls at your heartstrings.
I really enjoyed it, and at one point I was even bawling. So enjoy the game, y'all.
Check it out. Already tried the tutorial, and it was actually very good explanation on a lot of the stuff. It's I've done some tutorials lately that I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, so far this one's good. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna say Vina, but it might be Vena. But I'm gonna
The
assume
Huntress.
Vina, the huntress.
Can you click on the... Oh, you already did it.
Click on the other ones? No,
Yeah.
you cannot.
Oh, okay. Last evening.
Thank you. Since when do you have this many patron stabs?
Stabs, that's a good name.
Go ahead and take a look at our map. Tasty Claw Inn is my favorite spot in the village. Clean, warm, and smelling of fresh fruits. It's slow in the daytime, but busy during evenings and rainfalls. My sister Lita works here for Stabulous, the innkeep.
Fabulous.
Okay, so it's right here. I know from the tutorial that one lady's house is over here.
Okay.
And then you can like hit right click to get out of this. Alright. The news of Vina's deeds have reached the city. Merchants want to hire her. Deeds? I don't recall. But I told you already, she... What a loud bunch. I think I'll take the bottle back home. Alright. What else is new, ma'am? She's not a grump.
Oh, she's a ma'am. I would have done her voice, but I didn't know. All right, sorry.
I'm okay with doing voices.
Okay. It's been an hour since you joined the merchants at the table. Keeping your back straight for so long starts to wear on you, but you were told only to speak when spoken to.
Nice scar, by the way.
Yeah.
It's hardcore right there. You've seen some things.
You observe the others, but you can't follow their prattle. Something about a missing ship from the Far East and a new spice that everyone just needs to try, even though it's as expensive as a sheep.
That sounds like times in history. So this is kind of just the narration. I can read the narration if you want to read her voice lines. How does that work for you? Okay, cool. They summarized how you defeated the trolls from last autumn, right at the start. But since they've pretty much been ignoring you, or since then they've been pretty much ignoring you, I'd rather hang out with my friends. The longer I'm here, the easier it's going to get. Do the city folk treat all their employees this way? Alright, so here we are with some options. I don't think I want to go with this, because I think blowing these people off is a bad idea.
I think I would go with what I would go with as a person. I would say the longer I'm here, the easier it's going to get.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. And then, like, focusing on this, it's like you're focusing on the negative. Like, you know, things maybe can get better. Maybe this is just a first-time meeting. Maybe something weird.
Maybe on another playthrough we'll pick that.
Yeah. So we're both in agreement on number 2?
Yes.
The longer I'm here, the easier it's going to get. At least you're getting used to their fancy accent. But would it kill them to talk about something other than money? Well, that's what they're focused on, I believe. So, Vina, how's your beer? This is from Evolo. Learning more about him. The kid of rich spice merchants. His assistants handle work for him back in the city, while he enjoys his new effortless life here. He values peace more than dragons. The dragons are the currency.
Okay.
So it's not, anyway.
Not actual dragons.
Yeah. No, he probably values dragons too. Anyways. So Vina, how's your beer? You cast a glance at your dad. My dad's a hero, the best hunter in the realm, no matter what anyone says. And he's wearing the brown and has brown hair, so this is probably your dad?
One in the middle on the whose back is facing
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's him. Who manages to stay in control, as always. Why can't you be that confident? Like, the beer is fantastic. I'd prefer some cider. What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm an honest person,
Okay.
typically, when I do stuff, although it gets me in trouble. But, it's kind of the good kind of trouble, being honest.
Okay, be honest.
All right. I prefer some cider.
I'd prefer some cider, to be frank.
And
No,
you
I'm
couldn't...
Vina, not Frank. Sorry, I had to.
Ah! And you couldn't say so sooner? You better learn how to speak for yourself before you reach the city. Okay, so see, that was an important lesson to learn. Like,
Yeah.
to speak for yourself is a good idea. And the city that they're referring to, Bertus offers everything one may desire. Alehouses, mead, spices, music, acrobats, gambling, fancy clothes, bright nights. It's a different world. Okay.
Don't encourage her. In Veritas, it's better to drink crappy beer than to insult a merchant.
Okay. Good to know. So they are very touchy in the city.
She's just being polite. Your girl has potential, Latro. She follows in your footsteps.
Kind words. Dude, Dad doesn't look very old. Dad looks the same age. All right. Kind words, but you'd struggle to find a hunter who could match her talent, and she's not even 20. He's aging well.
He's aging well, yep.
Leading the trolls into the swamp was quite a plan. Our Fable put together a song about her bravery. Fable. Ever since I started assisting my father, Fable... Okay, so it's not a title, it's the person's name. Fable and I have been drifting apart, but we used to spend a lot of time together as kids. He always had some scary or funny stories for us, and used to say he saw them in his dreams. Okay, so he's magic.
Magic. Our Fable? You've grown quite comfortable with your new home.
Maybe in a way. Let's not jump ahead. Nothing's been decided yet.
But it's a great opportunity. Don't you want to leave the nest, darling?
We should be reading these other ones about them. Our mayor keeps her calm. Oh, this is
the mayor. Okay.
good to know. No matter what's going on, she's a good friend to my father. So they usually talk about trade and work or other plans for the next season. She was raised in Windy Meadow, but spent over a decade in the city, working as a clerk for the Merchant Guild. So she was born and raised here, went and worked in the big city, and then has come back to manage. Okay. Understanding a little bit about that. I need to be remembering to hover over each person.
Yeah.
So let me get this stuff.
I don't know. I'd love to.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So, was it this? No. It was saying I could go backwards, saying, so I could, was it? Archive. Okay. Let's not jump ahead. Nothing's been decided yet, but it's a great opportunity. Don't you want to leave the nest, darling? So, we're being asked specifically as it relates to that. I don't know. I'd love to. I feel good in Windy Meadow. Okay. So, I think not knowing the future on this one is being honest.
Okay.
Like, saying I don't know. I mean, I'd love to is probably, I'm not sure how that's going to affect Dad
I guess that's true.
in the other situations. And feeling good in Windy Meadow, that might not, I mean, that might put the others off for what they're wanting. I don't know. So I would go with I don't know. But what do you think?
I don't think you have to think about it too hard. Just do it.
All right. She'll think about it after you tell us your offer. So she didn't really even get a chance to say anything. So all that deliberation meant nothing. Okay.
Argentina knows the details, but from what I've heard, the guild in Veritas can reward Venus' talents generously.
And that's, the same. Okay.
It's not that intricate. I can always find a job with a gifted warrior, or for a gifted warrior.
Okay, so let's read more about her. The richest merchant to visit Windy Meadow. He leads caravans through the woods, fighting beasts with the magic of wind and light. He's offered me a job in the city. Okay, so that's probably a good person to have as a friend.
What kind of job? You'd start as a guard at a store or maybe a warehouse, learn more about the city, and then become my personal defender. Prove yourself, and once I get the chance, I'll whisper your name to the larger players.
Sounds like a good deal.
All you need is strength and ambition. Keep going the extra mile, and you'll end up as a commander or overseeing our caravans and ships. You could work as a Roadwarden for a year or 5. 2.
A life of wealth and adventure, then a quick retirement.
Especially if you were to join the guild as an investor. As you can see, such a life has treated us fairly well. Don't tell me it's not a tempting opportunity.
The village has everything I need. I heard that living in the city can be rough. People need me here.
I don't know.
So they're all oriented towards
Are
staying.
you trying to strategize this? I think we just pick one.
I'm thinking about how it's going to affect people in the future. I think if we say this, it's probably going to offend Dad because he's probably like, I can handle it. This will give him a chance to reassure us about the city, and I just don't think this is correct. So.
Some city folk hate their home. Ivolo moved here, right? To rest from the noise and stench. And he's rich.
I'm the exception, not the rule. If I were in your position, I'd not only refuse this invitation, I'd also hide my spear in a basement and drop this hunting business altogether. I'd rather be a farmer. But I already had a life of luxury and worries, just like my parents before me, and they flourished in it. My dream was to live away from all the commotion. I'm lucky to get a chance to do so. Most people won't. But you are not a quiet, frightened weakling like I was when I was your age. You can handle living in, Veritas? Is that where you're going with, Veritas? Veritas. We'll try to pronounce it that way. Okay, here you go.
Don't be so dramatic. Living behind the city walls is much easier than the countryside. At least our food doesn't try to eat us first.
Alright, but the village has everything I need, so that was also there. People here need me. Let them talk. I'm thinking let them talk.
Okay.
I like being a listener. So, Argentina, you're going to visit us again in 15 days, am I right? With the wedding supplies?
Looks like it. I won't be traveling in this direction again until the end of summer.
That's when we'll give you our final answer. Will you use a ferry boat or a cart?
I have yet to decide.
Just be sure to have space for a passenger. Deal?
I'll figure something out, like always. Don't you worry.
Alright. So it sounds like in 15 days something's going to happen. Day 1. And then there was like a mark on the thing. So, they mentioned a ferry. They mentioned a ferry or cart, so I would assume that the city is on the same river as we are, so we'll get an idea on that. I'm a patient soul, but we're going to discuss your future sooner or later, pup. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Does it highlight where we're at right now? Oh. Woods to the east are... oh, yep, we're just right here. The woods in the east turn dangerous quickly, and for the most part, only me and my dad have a reason to enter them. Recently, the lumberjacks have started to widen our clearings, letting in a bit more light. So this is probably where they're...
Top right corner.
Where they're chopping down the lumber, and then this is where we're at. Yeah.
Top right corner.
Yeah, the top right corner in the yellow is where we're at, and then just south of that is where it looks like they've been cutting down timber. Okay. Carrying on. Oh, does it explain Metro? Yeah, we already did. Okay. I need more time. I don't know what I want. Stay silent. I'm thinking stay silent again. Let him explain what's going on. The knot you used here ain't right. Once you lose control of the spearhead, the beast will break your neck in an instant. Just use the one I taught you, little wolf. Want to try something new? You're not as awkward. Be honest.
I don't like that knot. It's thick, takes too many steps. Bandits would cut it with a single swipe.
Spears are for hunters, not soldiers. You want to face bandits? Start training with a bow or a mace. You're too old for a sword anyway. Okay. I'm too tired to carry our prey now. Let's have a talk.
What about the scavengers? The runners will catch the scent soon.
And yet it's so quiet here. It may be spring, but we should have at least seen a few larger beasts by now.
Oh, you want us to stay here for long? I've got plans for the evening.
Do you now? Well, then I guess if you're too busy, but since I've caught your attention, I always listen to you. Yeah.
Don't be like that. I always listen to you.
Let's discuss what's going on. The trolls. When did they show up?
First days of autumn. That's when old Salvia warned me that they never stop their hunt.
She is a wise and selfless herbalist. Every 10 days, the village prepares gift baskets for her, and we sometimes bring her fresh meals as well. She may not be too kind, but she's irreplaceable. I hope Lucidia does her best learning her craft. So I guess Lucidia is probably the apprentice to her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And can turn the land into a wasteland. I'm glad you remember. The way you took care of them was impressive. Don't get me wrong, but now I've grown more and more convinced that even that was too late.
They changed the forest already?
Last year, we used to simply leave the house and look for wild game. Now, we're forced to set traps, use bait, look for rats and squirrels.
At least there are more hares around.
But the larger creatures were either caught or chased away by the trolls.
Well, fewer beasts means more rats and birds, so fewer mushrooms, nuts, fruits, and flies. And Limos told me there are more fish in the stream.
Before he started using nets, traps, and fishing rods to catch food in the rivers, he was using spears and bows to hunt for saurians and large fish. I'm going to assume saurians are like dinosaur-related or like lizard-related.
I have no idea.
Typically in a lot of games they are, but I haven't, I didn't play the previous Roadwarden, so I'm just making assumptions.
Okay.
But we'll find out. His zeal has been weakened ever since he lost his foot. Well, that would suck. But his new methods turned out to be more efficient anyway. Oh, he's making the most of it then.
Everything connects.
You know where I'm going with this. You want me to leave? We need to stop hunting? Just tell me. You want me to leave?
I would say just tell me, but
Okay, just tell me.
I don't want to guess. Just tell me.
The forest is weak. We'll leave animals alone, let them breed on our ground for at least a year. The forest needs some new breath.
What about our forest garden? Should we open it to the predators?
I had a talk with Luducia. Would you say Luducia?
Laducia.
Luducia, yeah.
I'm
I'm thinking kind of like a Latin pronunciation,
Okay.
or used with like Roman names. So I'm going to go with Ludicia. We limit ourselves to startling them instead of killing them. The garden is crucial for us, more important than any wild game. So Ludicia, old Salvia's pupil. A few years after her birth, her parents lost their flock of sheep to a plague. Well, that sucks. They had to look after the younger child, Firma, and since Ludicia always been the weird kid, they asked Salvia to take her. Her eyes may be absent, but without her help, I'd have lost my eye to a were-badger. I'm happy to prepare our gift baskets for her. So it sounds like everybody's pretty useful around here.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't some armed numbskulls. A good hunter can do many things. And Lacerta would allow us to join the guards for a few seasons. I won't spend my days sitting in the inn. And that was the mayor.
So, we're going to be fine?
There's one more obstacle, but that's enough loitering around. Let's pull out our boar while it's still sunny. It's a tiresome task. The ropes are secured to one of the trees, stopping the boar from falling. To pull it out, you have to fight for every inch. Okay, I wonder if this is going to be like a mini game or something. That is a big boar.
Holy shit, it's heavy.
Language! Still, it's all muscle. A fine beast to end our current path with.
Will it taste good after smoking?
I ain't sure. Boar meat can be treacherous. Now let's pray.
Of course.
Praise be to the right for the years we've received, for the walls that guard us, for our strong limbs and sharp senses, and the gentle weather. We humbly welcome the taste of your creation. So, the right. I'm glad that Dad finds comfort in his talks with priests, but I struggle to pray. Whenever I close my eyes, I think of Victus and Meadow and Mom. Okay, so more that we're going to have to learn about. But so the right, maybe in reference to their faith.
That's what I'm assuming. Yes.
It just seems kind of interesting how it's worded, but yeah. Help us spread your meat wisely in our family. Oh, and among our friends. And help us sell the tusks and bones to the city folk. We'll share what gives us what you give us with Vates, your servant, to prove to you that we're ready to leave everything behind, if such is your will. Vates. Once a Roadwarden, now a priest, he used to patrol the paths connecting Windy Meadow with other villages. The folk say he was rather cruel in his trade. My father sees him as his guide, but somehow Vates doesn't try to shove his faith down my throat. I appreciate that. All right. So, connections going on there again. So be it. Play along? Or stay quiet?
I'd stay quiet.
I wish I could pray as gracefully as the priests. Shameful, being a soul of simple words. You're doing a great job. Our village needs only one priest.
I'd say the top. Don't worry. It's about having an honest heart, right?
I guess, but remember how my father started to forget words and names once his hair got gray? Until he lost the gift of speech? Our family ought to squeeze out everything we can with each year we get. Seems like he's concerned about death. Now, before we head back home, take a look here.
Smooth stick with blood on its end.
It's a spear. A goblin found a thin branch and sharpened it with a rock. After all, no one dead would have a reason to attack a wild beast. And no other creature would wield a weapon in combat.
So it came here to stab the boar?
Touch the blood. It's fresh. Goblins found the boar after it fell in the hole. They tried to jab it, but it didn't stick around. The grass here is trampled, but I see no footprints.
It could be slim from hunger, and that means desperate?
I'm proud of you, little wolf. You do just fine in the city. But goblins are bad news. Best case scenario, they're going to keep our tribe away from the woods. But who can be sure they won't attack the farmers or snatch our kids over the wall? Let's head back and warn the workers, and this monster will fill up a whole wagon. We've got a long day ahead. So, they said that nobody else wields weapons except for the goblins, so I'm guessing the trolls are like just using their hands. That's a big boar. Alright, I'm gonna take a look at the changes in the map. And I'm gonna get a screenshot of it because Hazzie's like, take a picture, take a picture. Anyways.
You're not supposed to tell them.
Well, I'm going to. This is the center of
Maybe
town.
You should edit that out.
With a well. Get used to it, lady. Alright, you get to talk.
The third, maybe the second largest game we've ever caught. Wonder how it got here. Good thing you didn't have to fight it.
Ostia. My youngest sister. People gossip about her antics, but when I'm with her, she's thoughtful and quiet. She wants to be a huntress, But for some reason, I'm the one she keeps asking for advice. You should spend more time with our dad.
We wouldn't attack it even if we got the chance. Not without old Salvia's blinding dust.
It's pretty cool that they have stuff like that.
But Dad used to fight such monsters when I was still little. Because Mom was at his side. She'd hit a charging beast right in the eye. She'll show you once she starts walking again.
Oh, she's alive at least. Okay, good.
Hey, can you hover over Mom, or have we read Mom already?
We haven't read Mom yet. But it was just kind of making me think because they were talking about her like she wasn't there anymore, so. Pretty's a master of crossbows and traps. It hurts me to see how her illness keeps her in bed. It's been 3 years already. She may never be strong enough to return to the wilderness. So we don't know what her illness is, but she's definitely going through some stuff. And it's affecting the family.
What's all this about a goblin tribe you found? Just the marks and footprints. Victus told me they're just big, cunning monkeys.
My older brother never wanted to be a hunter, but the training he got from our parents allowed him to become a village guard. Now he's Evelo's defender, moving forward despite the troubles he's gone through. So, or Evolo. Let's go with Evolo. That's the one that came in and moved here, and so he's the defender of that person, and we're kind of getting ready to be the defender of another merchant if we work our way up to it. So, okay. Seems like a big family so far, so we know it's at least 5 people. And she said her youngest sister, so it sounds like there's probably another one.
To me, they're small furry people on paws. Can they be lured into a trap, or will you scare them away, like you did with the trolls? Dad's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. Will you get rid of them before you leave us?
May stay in Windy Meadow for good. Don't worry, I'll protect you. I'm not leaving you. I'll visit. I think that one's the best.
That one, yeah. I ain't gonna leave you. I'd visit you each spring. Always thought you'd be here to see me on my first hunt.
Dad has a saying, or me too. I think trying to direct her at getting more involved with stuff with Dad.
Yeah, because Dad is going to be there for her.
Yeah,
so.
And she needs to be learning from him.
The right doesn't ask us about our plans.
I may stay in Windy Meadow for good. Don't worry, I'll protect you. Say nothing. I don't want to say this.
Okay.
Because if we're not there,
but she may just want reassurance that everything's gonna be okay. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, say nothing. Goblins, gargoyles, dragons won't hide in the stronghold like some old lady, no matter what's coming for us. I'm a better fighter than most folks here, a spear woman. A spear girl, maybe. Still, it ain't your call. Dad or Lacerda will ask you once they need your help.
There, yeah.
But I'm ready to fight. Just need a chance to prove it.
Then wait for the right moment. You've got to listen to Dad.
I would say wait for the right moment.
Yeah.
Be ready when the right moment comes. Don't argue with Dad, but keep your spear close and your eyes open. I will, and I won't disappoint you.
Seems like that made her happy. That's good.
I know you're very brave.
I really like the character development so far.
I'm happy for you, you know? How come? You've got this job offer, and you're gonna be rich. I don't even know what I want. Being rich doesn't mean much to me, I think. But all the merchants say Baratus is a busy place with soft beds, all sorts of food, and drinks and colors, and loud streets, and all these bards and acrobats. And Windy Meadow, it's always the same. Oats with milk, same cider, cold winters, no music, no young men to have a walk with. I'd like to have a taste of the city for a season or two, but to spend years there? I don't know. Distant grass is always greener. Can't you take the job and bail after you get sick of it? Would be wrong. I don't want to quit unless necessary. Can't play with our tribe's good name. I don't want you to be bored, but, well... Yeah, I'd miss you too.
Seems like they have a good relationship. Alright. Anything that we can hover over here, or do we just click? Okay. Day 2.
Come in!
Alright, where are we at now?
Pick up the phone.
So it's very close to the center of town. It's the roofed building. It looks like it's at least 2 stories tall, so it's a big deal. The stronghold's a few decades old, but it's the safest spot in the village. Would take a dragon or a unicorn to get through its walls.
That's
Dude,
me.
Are unicorns really dangerous in this one?
I don't know, am I?
Yes! You're terrifying.
That's right.
Anyways.
I got a horn.
Anyways, so it's basically the keep of the town. It's the strongest defended spot. Good to know. So if, like, people have, like, run away from somewhere, they'll probably be found hiding here.
Yeah.
Alright. Muffled voices reach you from inside.
Darling, check what they want.
When my dad and I roam the woods, the city soldiers patrol our walls and look after the stronghold. Parega enjoys chatting with our neighbors. It is the first village she's ever visited. I'll go with Firma. Why me? Just open the door. I ain't a recruit. Firma, a guard born and raised in our village. She's... Oh! It looks like you're getting lots of voices to do. She's a tough warrior, my favorite training partner. She doesn't like to admit that she helped me trick the trolls into leaving our woods, mainly because she wet herself when one of them almost caught her. Still, she was by my side to the very end. Yeah, I don't think I'd see many people admitting to that one.
Are you sure you want to argue with us after you dropped your helmet in the river?
Damn. Answer the bloody door before we cut your pay for the equipment you've borrowed from us. That was Baracus.
They looked at each other. The sisters looked at each other. Hello, gals. Something wrong? Not sure yet, but we should talk. Tell me you don't need me to look for that lost ring again. We're here in Latro's name. He's examining the forest right now. Come. We've got time for you.
So they also have a decent store of weapons too.
Verna and Hostia, right?
Yeah, this is...
Rega.
Yeah. So she's the one that actually seems more competent out of the group. I did earlier.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Look different. That's us. I expect the mayor has briefed you already.
Only mentioned that we're to prepare the village for the furry shitheads. I was gonna say fury, but yeah, furry shitheads. So Brackus. When my dad and I roam the woods, the city patrol ain't Brackus' first job, but he doesn't talk about himself much. Okay, so he's kind of quiet about all this. I think he's gonna be a red shirt.
Red shirt?
Yeah.
Like they're just gonna kill him off.
Yeah, I think he's gonna drop.
Red shirt, Brog is your red shirt.
Whenever it's like he never talks about himself much, or we don't know very much about him, it's like
he's a red shirt.
Yep. He's not even making eye contact. See, he's looking down.
Or if you're thinking TNG, then you get the yellow.
Yeah.
If you're in TNG.
Yeah.
So ever fought a tribe of goblins? Me, not really, but there are lectures on all kinds of beasts in the city.
I'm sure the lectures help.
It ain't like they're trolls, nothing to worry about. Unless there's 100 of them. The climb well can get past the wall, and it won't be easy to hire a mage to help us.
Let's think. We've got the 3 of us, and you, Vina, and your father. Would your brother join us?
Victus is a bit busy, but he'll help us. Priest Vates too, and maybe we could ask the lumberjacks.
So, yeah, okay, yeah, we already heard about them. And then lumberjacks. The mayor allows the city workers to cut our trees. They need to do it slowly, otherwise they'll anger the beast. Okay.
That's hardly enough, and I doubt we'd get much use from arming the rest of the village with spears. Have you learned anything about these goblins' weaknesses?
Can't handle a boar.
I mean, we've got fire, if nothing else. Not much to go with, is it? Better prepare the stronghold for the elders and kids. Bringing in the beds and furs from storage is easy enough, but we'll need help with collecting water and food. So much to discuss. Especially if we were to mobilize our neighbors. The mayor wouldn't skimp on a few more shields, would she?
We're in for a boring afternoon. Let's grab some chairs.
Time keeps on slipping.
All right. Enough you.
Finally, some fresh air. I'll leave the door open. Is it just me, or do you get bolder when the soldiers are around? Not that I've got a choice. They're not my best friends or anything, but they said I could join them once they head back to the city. They'd recommend me to their commander. I think they're called.
Congratulations, or what are you going to do? I'm thinking congratulations.
Yeah, okay, let's congratulate her. You can make quite a career. Nah, I'm happy where I am. I ain't one to go the extra mile. When I'm free, I'd rather take a stroll in our forest garden or go to an inn with you. I don't need people looking up to me to know my worth. Though getting noticed was nice. I'm sure it was. Well, it's getting late. See you soon. Good luck. Are you going? Why even bring me with you if I've got nothing worth saying?
You had no time to waste? Huh? What do you mean? I'm sorry, what did you want to say? I like this one because it gives her an opportunity.
Yeah, go with the third one.
Like, this is just kind of an excuse, and then this is kind of like you weren't even paying attention. So.
Mm-hmm. Forgive me, next time I'll give you the time to speak. Still here, Father's waiting for you.
Rita. My sister is only a year younger than me, yet we're strangers. Lately, she called me a... doesn't matter. But I think this time she meant it. I don't understand what divides us. So this is, like...
What's her name? Lita?
Lita. So this is... So I guess this is probably all three of you, as far as the three sisters, and she doesn't get along with you, so... Big surprise.
What's wrong? We're having a family dinner. Victus is taking Inmera to the city to look for a healer.
So that's your older brother is taking... Oh, I guess he's got a daughter.
Victus's daughter.
Victus' daughter, my niece. She's been asleep for a few months now. I used to love wandering around the wall with her, telling her about the woods. She looks so silly with my dagger in her small hands. Being asleep for months is not a good thing.
No.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to deal with that with the healer.
Well, maybe that has something to do with this. Their mom has a sickness that she's getting better from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what she has something to do with what her mom has. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe something is getting around.
So, old Salvia can't help her? That's what Victus said. I'm sorry, pet. Any news about the goblins? Kind of, but let it go for now. We shouldn't burden Victus with this. So Dad found them? How many? At least 30. They settled in a cave not that far from here. We're screwed. And what about you? No work today? Stabulus can survive for a few hours on his own.
That was the
yeah.
The alehouse guy.
Yeah. Bar guy.
Still stabulous. Did I read this? Having Stabs in our village is Wright's blessing. He's full of ideas for silly meals and drinks, so I spend every evening at his inn, the Tasty Claw. Ivolo says the place is nothing special when compared to the city's alehouses. Makes me wonder.
I need some rest anyway. I had to prepare the entire dinner for you two.
We also had work to do, you know. Let it slide.
Just let it slide. I don't think it's a big deal. No reason to start a fight. Time to go.
So it sounds like she's upset with what her tasks are compared to what our tasks are.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We will find out where our home is. Okay, so we are just outside.
We don't know where our home is.
All right, you. No song references. So we are just outside of the city walls in this red-roofed house that is circled in yellow here. So we're getting an idea of the village. All right. So be it. And I guess the rest of the family all together now. So be it. There we go.
So much fresh meat. Were we starving or what?
This day deserves it. The boar was large enough to grant us a feast, and we'll share the leftovers with Religa. Religa, a farmer that lives next to us, together with Temnus. They're in debt to the city merchants ever since they lost their entire flock of sheep to a plague. Oh, they're the ones that had to deal with it. Their daughters, Irma and Ludicia, can handle themselves, but Religa doesn't enter the village anymore, too embarrassed and shy. He often visits my mother, talking to her even if she's asleep.
I probably would have reacted the same way. I'm like, F the village.
So being in debt, it seems to have consequences. I got us a bottle of spiced mead from Castus, too. Castus, who's it? Mita's husband may be the wealthiest farmer in the village, but welcomes everyone with a smile. He spends many evenings in Tasty Claw, chatting with my father.
Can I have some? Ain't it hilarious how Victus can simply decide to leave the city once he sees he needs it, while Vina sits on the fence for half a season?
Wow.
Lita is rude.
She's all about throwing that shade. You're too old for petty squabbles.
Just saying. At least she was kind enough to join us instead of stuffing herself at the inn again. She got some problems.
She was complaining about cooking the meal.
Yeah.
And now she's complaining
about her eating the meal.
Like, yeah, okay, so she's probably very unhappy with her lot.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because it seems like she's taking on the mother role and staying home and take care of the home. She doesn't. And
maybe she wanted to be able to do something different.
Yeah, she seems resentful. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Know your place. Calm down.
Those are not good. Those are not good. Responses, but
I think this is worse though. So I'll go with the less
calm
worse.
Down, yeah. Let's just have a good time. I said, can I have some meat too?
In 2 years, little wolf. Let's have a talk before we drink anything. Inmira needs help. But I can't leave you with the goblins lurking around the corner.
What did old Salvia say? Can't she help us?
Ludicia told me that both herbalists have run out of ideas. Soon, any shell won't be able to swallow food. Any shell won't be able to... Okay. Invictus' daughter, my niece... Shell. I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
I don't understand the use of shell there.
I guess it's like a mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But she's asleep and she's swallowing food?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
She's not human. I don't know.
Maybe they're able to like use some sort of like feeding tube or something.
Or maybe it's
for
a
their
magic.
times.
Maybe it's a magic thing. I don't know.
Anyway. And while I'm grateful for your prayers, I can no longer wait for a miracle.
You should still go to Salvia. For Ludi, everything's dark and hopeless.
Yep, that's people. I'm sure they discussed it together.
And she is rude and weird.
So, she's smart. That is right. A second opinion wouldn't hurt.
I don't know.
I think checking with multiple people is actually not a bad idea
go
here.
for it. Their cabin ain't far away from here. We could go there and have a little talk.
Salvia knows what she's doing. If she believes Ludi is ready for the duty of aiding our tribe, we'll respect her decision. Ludi's just my friend, and she's helped Mom a lot. Pup, you have your own set of responsibilities now. A child that's defenseless without you. And what about the monsters? It was a false alarm. I got spooked by 5, maybe 8 hungry apes. We'll handle them, Vina and I. Finally, some good news. But are you sure you don't need any help? Help me by bringing back my granddaughter. When can you leave? Ivolo wants to hire the lumberjacks to escort us. If the right allows it, we'll hit the road tomorrow, just before noon. I think Dad's lying.
Dad lied to him? But what if he needs his help? Victus has got the right to decide what to do.
Yeah, yeah. Dad, you're putting us in a crap spot.
Yeah, but you had decided you were going to be honest on this one.
Yep. I'm going to piss off Dad, and I'm probably going to piss off him.
Dad, you told Lita that this goblin tribe is huge. Shouldn't Victus stay? It's dangerous to split up. Dad's unhappy face.
Is this true? I can't just leave you with those beasts.
Well done, Vina. You did it again. But we need to stick together. Let's take Ini to old Salvia instead.
Silence, all of you. You've got to go. I'd do the same for any of you. The healers from the city couldn't help Mom. And even the right does guide them to help in Mara. Do you want me to bring her back to a pile of ashes? It's gonna be... Shut up! You've said enough already.
But Dad!
Leave this to the adults, sweetie. Go to your mother. Talk to us like that. Don't interfere. I'm gonna not interfere.
I would tell him. Well, if I want to do my real self, I'd be like, don't talk to us like that. That's my real self. If for the character you're playing, you go ahead. You get to pick. I'm letting you pick. I ain't a child. You act like one. What is Lita's problem?
Go. Listen to me, little wolf. We'll be all right. You have your own duty to handle now. Don't surrender to fear. I ain't ready to make this choice. You are. I trust you. Do what's right. I...
Time for us to head to the inn, sis. I wouldn't want to go to the inn with Lita.
Disagree.
I say we should stay. We're opening a fresh cask of cider. Not that you'd taste the difference. So they would.
Looks like we didn't get a choice anyway. Hanging out with the older folks for a change? This is Calor. Our ironsmith. He made all the weapons my family owns, and came here when he was about 30. Says he learned everything on his own, with no master. The tools he makes from chitin are weirdly light. Now, the first time this happens, the younger neighbors are at work. They keep is my age.
I don't know.
Not the first time.
Was drinking with the merchants just the other day.
Our little Vina, a serious adult now. Limos. Before he started using Net's oh, yeah, he's the one that lost his foot.
Yeah. And when did I have the time to be a kid?
When you fell your first prey? When did you fell your first prey?
6 years ago. I hit an otter with my slingshot.
A nimble beast.
Yeah, I used to have quite the aim, back when I had 2 healthy eyes. 6 years, a third of my life.
Younger neighbors are at work. The innkeep is my
Take
age.
a sip.
Take a sip. Woods are not too gentle for us nowadays, but how's the river? Any chance at a good catch I could use for soup? Don't expect any grand tales from me. The older I get, the fewer risks I take. It's all nets and fishing rods now, no spears or clubs, or saurian bait. I guess this is just narration. You try to pay attention for a while, but hearing the same old tale again makes your thoughts drift away toward the argument we just had back home, job offer, the goblins, boredom. I'm kind of concerned about the goblins, really. I think that's
Yeah.
like the biggest.
Think about the goblins, yeah. My spear is sharp, but I should check on my boot knife. I should be able to handle a few goblins, right? Dad knows what he's doing.
The argument we just had at home, job offer, boredom. I think out of those two, I think the job offer is the bigger issue.
Argentia left the village yesterday, but I can still catch a whiff of her plum perfume. Whenever she comes here, she looks like she owns the place. Confident, wealthy, gorgeous. Could I find all this in the city?
And I guess we're gonna go.
Argument. Will be a rough night at home. I'll sneak into bed without talking to anyone. I need to rest, but I already know Alita is gonna give me that look. Maybe I'll stay here a bit longer.
I'm gonna look at Limos. Or, actually, Brother's Journey.
While I'm here, Victus is preparing for his journey. But it was me who was meant to leave. Can't everything just slow down a bit?
Notice the others looking at you.
Huh?
Her head is already resting on a cotton pillow all the way in the city. We were talking about this discussion we had with Ludi today. Someone as good as hunting as you would have no problem teaching Limos how to hold a spear rightly. He's a clumsy, lazy ass. Now you've got an issue with my ass? I'd never.
I don't really think about hunting all that much.
A respectable trade, with a dose of responsibility attached to it. A duty, some would say, and you've got the talent for it.
Maybe. Dad's been teaching me since I was a kid. I've got a strong shell, good for combat, and the sharp sense of my mom.
What's the shell thing?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to, anyways.
Maybe it means like a thick skin. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel more myself when I'm home or with friends or even here.
Even here? Have some mercy. What would you rather do? Work for the merchants, guard the village, travel. Ideally, nothing.
That's what I would say. Ideally, nothing. Just sit here and drink. Talk with y'all. Enjoy my life, living my best life, doing nothing.
I'm gonna go with work for the merchants since that's what we've set that up as our duty.
Okay.
And I think that's important.
Thinking about taking the job in the guild, even if it turns out that I'm to stand in the corner and look at the shopper's hands, it's gotta be safer than it is now.
And you could get a new home there, start a family, easily. Maybe. I don't really have such plans. Definitely.
Maybe. Can't tell the future.
Too bad that old Salvia doesn't know how to read the clouds. Had no such choices to bother with back in my youth. Windy Meadow needed food, and we ran out of things to forage for, so I started to chase after the meat from the rivers. And when I was a kid, my home village needed someone to fix tools for them. I played around until I got pretty good at it. No one really asked me if I liked it. But I very much did. How about you, Stabs? Did you leave the city's wealth behind? Or why'd you leave the city's wealth behind? One can't run an inn there without joining the guild. And I'd rather keep the coin my parents left me after breaking their backs at the building sites for 30 years. Thank you.
There are no monsters in the city, right? No wrath of the herds?
The more threatened the animals feel, the more desperate they get, and can even join forces to strike down human settlements. Every few years, we hear stories of another tribe that was overrun by wild beasts, but it doesn't happen around here often. Pretty close to the city walls. There are the gargoyles, from time to time, and the creatures underground, but I get what you mean. The truth is, there is no air in Veritas. Every inch belongs to someone. Each item has its worth stated in writing. Any step you take is seen. Sure, there are no robbers, just a few pickpockets, but the officials leave you with hardly anything. You'd be close to the merchants, so you'd get a bit more space. Just be aware of the sacrifices. I guess if living in the city was pure delight, everyone would try to live there. Those fancy pants may act all high and mighty, but they need our hands more than we need their poems and elixirs. But we do need their soldiers and roads. Nuh-uh. Or even if we do, will our children need them? Our grandchildren? In one lifetime, we've seen the plague and the southern invasion. I guess so. Change is in the wind.
Yes, no path is really safe, is it?
Hopefully we got enough rest. You ready for the day? We're gonna go and take on 30 goblins or something?
Hungover. You know what's perfect for a hangover?
Killing goblins?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Cracking skulls. Alright, let's see where we're at on the map. The road to Veritas sticks close to the Pearl River and is somewhat well kept. In just a few hours, it takes you to the roadside inn that gathers news from all the surrounding tribes. So, it's not showing. Oh no! It's right up here. Right up here. So you have the northern wheat field, and it's to the right of it. And then I guess this is the end. So yeah, that's going to lead to everything. All right. May the right guide your steps. Thanks, and your tribe. I was wondering where you were hiding. I'm getting old. The commotion wears on me.
How did your goodbyes go?
I miss our neighbors, and you. Let's pray I get back before the leaves cover the roads. The chances are good. Can you get to the city in 2 days? 3, I'd say. It's noon already. You're taking a heavy pouch with you, so I'm sure you'll find a mage in no time. Who knows? Maybe you'll be back in 10 days.
Well, it's not impossible.
Are you afraid of the journey? Watch out for thieves. Remember the tips from Ludicia? How will you get back? I'm gonna go with that probably.
Yeah.
Seriously, I've been at her side long enough for you to trust me. And we do, but you never know which word you need to hear before you enter the woods. Any of them may save your life. Are you afraid of the journey? Watch out for thieves. How will you get back? Clear the throat and shake the gift. I don't think this will help.
Yeah.
I guess we'll say it.
Keep an eye out on that pouch of yours. Some people told me that newcomers are juices. Are the juiciest bites for pickpockets.
Newcomers are juices.
I'm over here.
Yeah, I ain't looking forward to the inns, but I'll get in touch with Ivolo's family. They may have a room for me, or some work that would allow me to stay in a safe haven.
How will you get back? How are you going to get back? Will your crew join you?
I doubt it. We'll likely get assigned to work right after we pass the city gates. Worst case scenario, I'll join a trading caravan and stick to the main road until I reach the nearest inn. From there, I'll hire a few mercenaries or a Roadwarden to escort us home. Are you afraid of the journey? Dangerous road ahead. Sorry.
Oh, dangerous road ahead. Will you be all right? I was just going to let you read it.
Ain't my first time on the road. Don't be dumb. The 100th trip is as dangerous as the first one. Wash your ears and mind the tree crowns. Stay away from hard drinks, especially at the roadside inns, and keep your eyes on the game.
I like how the birds are moving in the background.
But with our bags resting on the wagon, we'll save plenty of strength for the beasts. I trust in the right. Just in case, we brought you something. Oh?
It used to belong to...
Nalia. Of course, I recognize it. Nalia was excited to hear that Nalia, the gargoyle slayer, was moving to our village, a farmer who ended up being a famous mercenary, living among the rich folk. But now, she's just a shadow. So, got this badass sword from a gargoyle slayer. You're crazy. I can't accept it. It belongs to our family now. If you have to, sell it. But it's made of cold steel. How much did it cost? Less than it's worth. Enough to earn you a casket of coins in the city. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As long as it can help you, it was worth it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Good job, Hazzie. If you want to pay us back, look for a few mercenaries at the inn. Pay them to protect our village. Maybe hire a spellcaster. I guess I don't have a choice. You're wasting time. The creatures of the night won't wait for you. That's exactly right. I'll pray for all of you. Tell Mom I love her.
Come back safe and tell her yourself.
Well, at least I got a decent-sized group. Well, time for our patrol.
East?
I ain't sure we should enter the woods anymore. Let's set some traps by the western bank and secure our cabin. These goblins live by a creek, so I bet they'll try to overtake the river sooner or later.
Right. When might they attack the farmers?
They're hungry, so any moment now. We've got to take the initiative. Go catch them unawares, I guess. Recently, Hosie has been all too excited about facing the goblins in combat. You shouldn't throw such ideas at her. She ain't ready. Fight. Having some responsibilities won't hurt her. I'll protect her.
I think having some responsibilities won't hurt her. She needs more duties. She's almost an adult. Let her be responsible.
She ain't like Lita or Victus. Your mother's illness pushed her deeper into her own thoughts, not into action. And we weren't there for her. If you force her to become someone she ain't, you'll hurt her. Have patience.
I'd let it go.
Let's focus on the day ahead. We can't control it, but we've got work to do. I agree with that choice.
So now we want more beasts to reach our village.
And then, so this is your mommy.
Never in my life did I think I'd witness such a day. Let's hope we'll see runners, deer, and stoats, and not goblins. I ain't looking forward to werecats scratching at our door. We've got more hands to set up traps now. No pack of howlers will be as annoying as Victus on a diet.
Yeah, I think we partially skipped a little bit. As it went through it.
You think we skipped some?
I guess I'd rather take cats than howlers. Let's not set too many traps.
I guess I'd rather take cats and howlers. Let's not set too many traps. Okay.
And then this.
No pack of howlers will be as annoying as Victus on a diet. Or you when you catch it cold. He sends his love, by the way. Tell that pup to say it to my face. I did, Mom, I did. You've been arguing with your father a lot these last few days. Did Lita tell on me? He came to me, asked me for advice. The great monster slayer doesn't have all the answers. What a day. Be gentle. Being the sole parent is harsh on him, and he hates to admit his shortcomings. As a kid, he wasn't allowed to make mistakes over and over again. People told him he ought to be a hero.
So it sounds like traditionally everybody else didn't get a choice in what they did, and she's getting a choice. So a lot of people are jealous or you know,
Yeah.
have misgivings and other
Or they're
things.
resentful, like Lita.
Yeah.
And now I can't make any mistakes myself. It's not your fault. You and your dad fight the same sickness. The curse of doubt, of expectations. But you're not on your own, like I've always said. I know, a strong tribe is an united tribe. I'm glad the tales of your elders have stuck with you. Don't call yourself that. You don't even have wrinkles unlike Dad. Such youth. All I've got left are the long naps and the brief hours when I have the strength to speak. If my condition doesn't finish me off, boredom will.
Geez, Mom. Aren't you a joyful bit of happiness?
Well, she's sick, so.
I know.
We may still find a cure. I'm sorry. Didn't want to sound so grim. You and your sisters are a gift. I never met my mother, and I wish I could have been by your side. But you're brave and beyond belief. You're brave beyond belief. The right has truly blessed us. Come on, don't make me blush. I'm just happy, that's all. What's wrong?
I don't know what I want from life. I feel trapped. These last few days have been difficult.
I would say the third one. It's been a rough few days, that's all. Because you can't enter the woods anymore, or do you mean the goblins? I want to go, but I don't want to leave. You spoke with that merchant, right? Did she rub you the wrong way? Argentia's fine, full of herself, but that's not unlike all of the other rich folk. That acts as if taking this job is the easiest thing in the world. He says you've got no reason to refuse. But there are plenty. Such as?
People I care about, all the memories, the goblins are near. They sound so scary.
Goblins. I don't know. Not so long ago, I faced trolls, and now we've got goblins in a cave. What's gonna come next? You don't have to stay with us to help us. You could whisper in the merchant's ears or convince the officials to send us another few soldiers.
That's a good point. The people I care about.
All of you guys and my friends and Tasty Claw and our forests. Of course, pup, leaving my village wasn't easy either. It brought its share of pain, and I loved my tribe. What made you leave? I craved the change, to meet so many people, live just next to a wide river, sell my pelts and tusks to the city folk, and get to taste wine, and above all else, I wanted to be with your father.
Do you want me to leave?
Yeah, do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave? What makes you ask that?
I want you to say no. I want you to say yes.
Oh, I don't know. Too hard. This is a sad story.
I'm leaning towards this.
Okay. I want you to say yes. You're free, Venna. I don't want you to listen to your parents. The choice you're gonna make needs to be your own. Leaving will weaken what ties you to this place. Some days you won't think about us at all, but if you stay, you may never touch the life you've dreamed of. Mournful fate all the same. And who can say your choice will make any difference? Stay here and you may die in a fire or from a plague, or maybe you'll get an even better offer in a year and we'll find a treasure in the lake. Leave and you may die on the road at the hands of the undead, or get robbed in an alehouse, or lose your job after a few days and return to us with lips rotten from resentment. We make choices and deal with their consequences. This is making me tear up. Our moments of bliss and pain are often undeserved. Most of the time, we ain't in control. Don't look for the right path or your own path.
Chasing after one's dreams is reserved for a mere handful, but the lives of everyone else are just as valuable. A starving orphan will seek their next meal, not happiness. Would you look down on them because of that? Okay, give me a second here. My greatest joy is that you have a choice, but no one can point your life in the right direction. There ain't one. And you won't avoid suffering. My remaining days will be little more than staying grateful for the good life I've had, and for sharing my misfortunes with the love of my life. Your shell is strong and young, and your soul is kind. You now only need to sharpen your will. Mom,
He's tearing up.
This babbling makes me hungry.
No.
The bread is different, but I like it. Lita got a few tips from Stabulus. Didn't ask her for the details. One thing I don't long for is cooking. Having you girls in the kitchen is truly a blessing. Should I mention the last time you tried to whip cream on your own? No reason to remind us of such traumatic events, little wolf.
All right, now we're ready.
Great job, devs, making me cry. God.
All right, so we are out in the woods to the west of the town in a little cabin. This cabin is older than me. It smells like it. It used to be a shelter for travelers and hunters, but is now used only by the foragers who find themselves caught in a surprise rainfall. That's good that they have it set up then. All right, now we're ready.
I don't know. It doesn't feel that safe.
I didn't see any lights or burned wood at the goblin camp. I'd bet 10 dinners they won't set this cabin on fire. Let's put trust in these walls. All we've got to do is wait for their tribe to get into range of our spears. These gaps in windows are perfect.
I'd rather have guards with us.
Our scents would scare them away, and would mask the bait of the raw meat. I don't have more blood and slices to scatter around the woods.
We can't kill all of them on our own.
Obviously. Let's just wound some of the smaller ones and throw a few torches at the largest beast. They'll run to the river to put out the fire, and we'll know not to approach the humans around here.
Should I light up more torches then?
Let's avoid the unnecessary smoke and fire.
So all we can do is sit still and wait.
The joyful life of a hunter.
Damn, this straw is soaked. No wonder it smells so bad.
Yeah, it's more of a dump than a shelter. We should rebuild it next spring.
Sorry, I'm still trying to recover from the last scene. Okay. If we can
Mom got to you.
If we can still cut any trees in the east without angering the herds, the lumberjacks have left quite a clearing.
Huh, good point. Couldn't you have skipped sprinkling yourself with lilac oils today? Trap would work better if we were odorless.
You said we might come here. I was ready to spend time with my friends just in case.
Maybe learn how to drink cider without sniffing each other. Now you've made the goblins' lives easier. We were told goblins rely on their eyes. Next time, give me specific instructions. I mean, that's good advice. And this is kind of an assumption, but...
I don't know. We don't necessarily need to fight with him more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is more fighting with him, so let's go with this.
Yeah, at the top. Don't they rely more on their eyes than their noses?
Let's not follow Nalia's advice so blindly. She's an old drunk. No, she's a gargoyle slayer. Nalia deserves our respect. Her perfume hides my scent. My perfume hides my scent. Next time, give me specific instructions. Change the topic. I think she deserves our respect.
Yeah, we're gonna fight more with our dad, aren't we? Listen to your elders. I have heard that countless times in Nalia's a famous adventurer.
Her path has clearly led her to a dark place. Who knows if her wits are still with her? My perfume hides my scent?
I think we just changed the damn topic. I'm tired of fighting with him.
Mhm.
Can we be sure the beasts won't attack the village tomorrow in daylight? We'd be in a deep sleep.
From what I've seen, they hide from sunlight in their cave. Let's stay alert, but within reason, little wolf. The stench of our bait is strong. It's a safe bet that blood will be shed tonight. Are you afraid? Yes.
Of course, but I'm trying to ignore it.
When I was a young hunter, I used to say my goodbyes to people I loved every other day. But then I stopped.
I simply treat it as any other type of work. It's more dangerous, sure, but accidents can befall anyone.
That's fair.
So how strong can a goblin get? Enough to burst in?
Not as strong as a human, I reckon.
So they could make a hole in the thatch above us.
They're too dumb for that.
Are you sure?
Sure enough to risk it. Dots. Did Lita pack us anything?
I can spread a bit of honey on some slices of bread. If you've got the stomach to eat right next to a rotting pile of meat.
I've eaten raw snakes and ravens. I'll manage. Dad's just showing off now. Raw snake.
Can I say something? So, we just had that, like, freaking bad conversation with our mom. And, was it, I don't have the heart to really fight with our dad, especially when our mom is, like, basically dying. It's how she's talking to us like she's not gonna last a lot longer. And so it's kind of heart-wrenching. And so the idea of continue fighting with dad is kind of bothering me.
Yeah. No, I get you on that. Alright, so
Dad?
looks like the one on my side has a club.
They look like monkeys!
Mm-hmm.
They look like you!
Oop.
They're cute. These are the cutest goblins I think I've ever seen.
So 5 on his side, 7 on our side.
That's a lot.
Right.
Ready.
May the right's breath be with us.
Ooh. That's a lot of them.
Well, that's 2 down. Another on fire. Looks like 3 down and 1 on fire over here.
Did we win?
Why ain't they running to the river?
Wait. You're scattering over shrubs. That was you.
Yeah, they're scattering over the shrubs. What have I done? Starting a forest fire.
Uh-oh. It's spreading everywhere.
Run to the village. Wake up everyone you can. I need to rescue Salvia. Be careful.
Did we go with him or no?
No, we gotta warn the village.
Okay, be careful. Be careful and stay away from the beasts.
Day 4.
Day 4.
And we can't forage no more, and there are no mages to protect us. Half the folks who could fight the monsters have fled the city. See where we're... Yeah, back at the inn. Times of crisis, like now, our inn serves as a house of gatherings. So it looks like all this burned down, but it didn't cross the river. I mean, that's good. And now if they come, you'll see them, because it's...
This is not good, though.
But that doesn't that stuff piss off the wildlife?
I don't know, but this is not good. I'm pretty sure it's bad.
Yeah. Well, they were saying, like...
I mean, look, the bridges are now down, so there's, like, no way to get crossed over there. That seems like it's not a good thing.
Yeah, and Dad's still probably over there.
Yeah.
But also, like, destroying this much of the wilderness has probably ticked off the wildlife. Because remember how they, like, band together to attack or whatever?
Yeah.
Alright.
No one fled anywhere. They had to leave, that's all. This is your last warning, Kaler. You won't interrupt me another time.
Friends, we're all tired and angry, but don't let your emotions take over. Be the sunbeam among the foliage, remember?
None of you is held in Windy Meadow against your will. At the same time, I won't order an evacuation without good reason. We have the sick and the elders to look after. I can't force them all to seek refuge in the name of our fear.
Indeed, a rash choice would turn us into beggars and vagabonds.
Let's discuss the threat at hand. Step forward, Latro.
Okay, he made it. Why ask him? So... it said it real quick. Why ask him of all... Okay. So that's what had been said.
You can, I'm just making this clear so everybody knows, you can change how the, like in a lot of point and clicks, how the text comes out. I did instantaneous, so that it wouldn't, like, we wouldn't get hung up on waiting for it. So.
They're kind of doing that to show, like, the conversation's moving along quickly. Okay. Anyways, you got dots. Forget it.
You and Vina have killed a bunch of goblins already. Are they even a threat?
Okay, I did not mean to get rid of that.
Oh, so are you clicking? That's what's going on?
I can't say how many of them were taken by the fire, but judging by the number I've seen roaming around the woods in the last few hours, I reckon the remaining ones will seek revenge.
Can we stop them?
If they're dumb enough to storm our walls.
And what if the wrath of the herds follows suit?
Yeah, that's what my concern was. Then, no. There's a blessing in disguise, though. The trolls had already devoured dozens of local predators, to the point that we need to cease all hunting for a year or so.
That's a risky gamble to take.
Could set up more traps. Stronghold will protect us. We know how to fight. Stay silent.
I don't know what to go with.
I think probably more traps.
Okay.
I mean...
I'm wondering if us killing the trolls is bad, or not trolls, goblins is bad or not. Like, maybe us killing them is what was the problem.
Possibly.
But there's no other option right now. This is our land. We can place traps, stop the onslaught before it reaches our walls. Even if it were a sound plan, surrounding the entirety of our territory with moats and spikes would take years, and we have only a few days to act at best. My question is, what went wrong? How did the fire get out of control? I think we should be honest on this. Like, we were just trying to protect.
An audible whisper. I think Arata has something to say.
It's Latro's fault.
A local farmer owns our tribe's last sheep and noble griffins. Kids look after the pets of the rich city folk. She rarely visits the village.
That's what Nalia said. To be specific, I simply stated that Latro made a mistake.
Care to elaborate?
Well, he had no good reason to assume that these specific goblins were familiar with rivers or ponds. I guess nowadays the goblin packs are smaller than they used to be before the southern invasion. Back in the day, learning how to comfort 100 of them was crucial for any fighter. Each goblin pack, or tribe if you insist, is different. They ought to be observed, studied, outsmarted. Before combat, we used to plan our steps by days.
A bit late to spread the seeds of knowledge, wouldn't you say?
I'm just an old drunk, am I not? Latro told me everything was under control. That's why I sold my sword in the first place. This isn't the right time to dig out old grudges. Nalia, once the meeting is over, could you spend some time sharing your insight with us? Better prepare some decent snacks. Yeah, snacks. Always the snacks. Meanwhile, the rest of us should gather anything of value we have left and secure it in the warehouse. Whoever lives outside of the palisade needs to be moved to the stronghold. The guards will help you. We'll do our best right after the meeting.
I'm afraid there's one more thing we need to discuss. Please join us, Arata. Latro, Arata has decided to not seek retribution against you. We all knew that Lana had little time left. She used to babysit Lita, Victus, and me whenever our parents left for a hunt. The warmest, most cheerful soul I've ever met, but it didn't help her overcome her illness. So maybe she wasn't able to get out of that area in time.
Yeah.
However, the wounds you've carved in our tribe can't be forgiven. Are you ready to hear the council's judgment? I am. Mayor?
We're going to trade your trophies for seeds and saplings from the neighboring villages. If not for our own sake, then for the generation that is to come after us.
As Lacerta describes the burden of Latro's mistake, from Salvia's burnt hut to the threat of starvation sneaking up on your tribe like a fog, your father becomes smaller with every word. You try to pay attention, but each moment lasts for an eternity. You think of your mother, resting through her darkest days in the scarce luxury she has earned, but which she's now going to lose. You think of the chaos that's going to once again push Ostia into distress. Who knows if she's going to recover from it this time? Yeah. Of Lita's angry glances and the wall that grows between you. Of Little and Mara and the desolation she's going to find once she wakes up. Of Latro's legacy, now shattered. Anger makes your breath warmer and louder.
If you refuse to pay, you are to be branded as an outlaw. All tribes we can reach would hear of your banishment. Do you accept your fate, or would you rather take it to the judges in Baratus? We try to protect you. No, say it. We try to protect your asses. Say it. We tried to protect you. How dare you? We put our lives in danger to protect you all.
Vina.
How can you be so cruel? Can't you see what you're doing to us?
Vina. Outside.
I don't even care. I will tell him. Tell him off. It's so quiet here. Everyone's either at work or at the inn.
I haven't had a moment alone these last few days, but the city's even louder. Don't know who I could talk with.
I don't have a clue. What?
I'm gonna go with number 1.
Okay. I'm exhausted. You look toward the main gate. The glances you get from Raucus are hard to read.
He was the one that didn't talk about himself. Everyone's angry at us now. And still find a way to fix it all. Got a lot on this plate, I bet.
The last one. I act as if me and Dad are on everyone's tongues, but they've got their own families and belongings to look after. I've got this weight in my stomach. I don't know.
Bad fish.
I would anger. I would say anger.
Yeah.
I'm angry. The way they treated them.
Kind of like, how are you, Vina? Feel like shit?
Yes, go with the third. Life got very shitty very quickly.
In quite a few days, I feel angry and lost too. But let's not despair. Together, as a tribe, we can hold on to hope.
Maybe.
Since you left a bit early, I wanted to make it clear that the tribe's judgment ain't aimed at you or Preddy or your siblings.
I have to say, it's been really hard for me not to get, like, put my own feelings into it. But at the end here, I put my own feelings into it. I don't care. Because I know me. If it was me, if I was her, I would be like, I'm ready to cut some ties. I have these huge scissors. I'm going to, like, if y'all are going to treat us like this, no.
I just literally burnt bridges. You ain't ready for what I got.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You ain't responsible for Latro's mistake. He's still one of us. We'll look after all of you. It's cold comfort. I don't know what to say to that.
That's cold comfort. You want to be nice, go ahead. But I think I would say that's cold comfort. But go ahead if you want to be nice.
I don't think that's being nice, but I will go with yours.
Okay.
Because it's like, yeah, like that really helps because, you know, like you're just saying it. What do you actually mean you're going to support us? Anyways, I'll go with yours.
I know our customs, but the next few years are going to be rough. Let's not pretend otherwise.
Of course, I won't act as if I can soften the blow. The tablets say our souls are not that of a tiger or a dragon or a troll. We endure together and die as one. Anyone in your place would feel lost. If you need someone to listen to you without judgment, consider it. I don't need the services of a priest. I wouldn't know what to say.
I don't know. I ain't sure what to say. We'd sit in silence.
Right now, a few quick, quiet moments sounds just lovely. See you in the evening. We'll fight shoulder to shoulder, your spear and my sickle sword.
Having the right simply tell me what to do.
Life will be so much easier. My entire family prays daily. Or is it a trap?
I have no idea. I would say the middle, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want their confidence or acceptance? I guess Hostia doesn't pray much, huh? You know what? This ain't the same sheep. It has brown dots on its back and black ones and a white tail.
So its sister has lured us toward her, as if to distract us?
What a cunning, fluffy beast.
Great, now I'm getting outwitted by sheep. At this pace, we should be done with gathering this herd in 10 years or so.
Are there no magical plants that could lure them to us? A sheeping? Or a sheep nip?
Like catnip?
Let's ask old Salvia. If she ever had such a thing, it's now lost to the fire.
I'd rather not bother her.
So how can we find the others?
I ain't sure, pup. Let's just do our best before sunset.
I bet most of them died in the fire.
Well, yes, but the hills kept the flame from spreading west, and the sheep know how to swim, though they can't outrun the cats and dragonlings that roam our woods.
And are we going to outrun them? The beasts are still in shock, so right now the woods are safer than ever. Just focus on the sheep. Don't worry, she won't go anywhere. Ain't that right, my pillow? Hate to admit it, but Vina sounds wiser with every day she spends away from a bottle. She's so rude. What's your problem this time? Just saying.
That's her excuse every time.
I know, I'm just saying.
Please, wolves. This herd is worth 300 dragons, if not more. The more of them we find, the closer I'll be to paying off my debts.
Flock, not herd. Sheep gather in flocks. Doesn't really matter. I'm Vina. I'm a dumb brute, and I couldn't possibly memorize another word. Oh my god.
What's wrong with her?
She deserves a punch in the face. That's what she
Ignore
deserves.
her.
Yeah, just ignore her. She's such
It's not going to help Dad if we beat the crap out of our sister.
No. But it would help me feel better. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like she always says. I'm just saying.
I'm going to use that just saying against you now. Lita, I swear, is it too much to ask for a moment of silence?
Sorry, Father. See, I'm helping. The beast is under my charm, as tame as a lamb. It's saving strength for later. Avoid its bite. Dad, I see Arata's griffin.
Let it go. It doesn't need our protection. It may be afraid and turn hostile if we were to approach it.
It ran away. Father, I'm going to marry Stabulus. He'll support me throughout my carpenter training. And once I start training dragon bones, or earning dragon bones, I am gonna help you. I won't let you struggle by yourself.
And I guess I don't have any say in this matter.
Sorry, this time I don't need your guidance.
Let me be the first one to congratulate you. I won't doubt your judgment. I don't know. You're marrying a guy named Stabby. I mean, be careful.
It might be concerning, but we'll see. You and Stabulus are so cute together. I knew you were scheming something.
Congratulate her?
Yeah, go ahead and congratulate her, even though she's a pain in the butt, and I want to punch her in the face. Just saying. Best of luck, Lita. He's a kind soul. Thank you all. I'm happy you're with me.
And who knows, maybe Vina could chip in as well if she decides to work for the merchants. But for now, I'm sure I'll be fine even on my own. You can count on me. I'll try. Can't I help you from Windy Meadow? I think you can
Hang out on me. Of course, Dad. I'll be happy to help.
Thank you both. Your mother keeps saying that all of our daughters were the right's blessing, and I couldn't agree with her more.
Except for Lita.
Not saying anything about the son, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Time to move. That's
they just made him leave anyways. He lied to his son, so I guess he doesn't care about the son.
God, whatever. Time to move. Let's prepare to take this sheep away from here. Hopefully she doesn't make a poor choice. Did y'all forget to pay attention to the
little girl?
Vina and her daughter have grown apart. So, that was the first chapter.
Wow.
And now we can either do Fable the Storyteller.
I think we'll bring it back in another video, is what I'm going to do, because I don't want to give it all away, because I want y'all to wishlist and purchase this game. As you can tell, it's a really good story. I was not expecting to bawl with the mom's words, but I think it's really good, and they've captured the characters really well. And I didn't expect I was going to get that emotionally into the story, but I did.
No, it's like among interactive fictions, they did a really good job on this one.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see if I could replay it and not burn down the forest, and also not have something else bad happen. But I'm sure there isn't a way to get everything right, you know?
Yeah. So devs, 2 thumbs up. We really enjoyed it. This was by the developers Moral Anxiety Studio.
You know that.
Thanks for making me cry. My most favorite stories are always the ones that make me cry. I watch a lot of British drama.
Oh my god,
so
you do.
I cry a lot on some of my most favorite stories, and
they're
also,
just tear extractors for her.
Yeah, and also my favorite books always make me cry. So I'm really enjoying this. So thanks for the tears. And we'll be back with another video in a little while. And yeah, please purchase and wishlist the game. There'll be a Steam link down in the descriptions. Anything else you want to say, Nord?
I'm really impressed. It's kind of hard for me to stop right here, but yes, we must, so that we can make sure that other people can see things. But thank you so much for sharing this with us. I had a good time.
Yes.
Switching back and forth on the readings with you.
Yes.
And I really want to see where this continues to go.
Yeah, we'll do more of it, and then we'll put it on YouTube.
Mhm.
We'll give it a little bit of time. Okay, I want to give you all some time to play it. Okay, peace. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!